Welcome to Besties and Bubbles.
Welcome to Besties and Bubbles.
Cheers, friend.
I love when Kim doesn't know what we're going to talk about.
Well, it really doesn't matter so much because it's podcast day.
It's podcast
day.
day.
I love podcast day. And you love podcast day. We all love podcast day.
We actually do.
So, I'm going to say hit me with your best shot.
I'm going to hit you.
Okay.
And I think you might learn something from this, but this is the thing I was talking about with Jason. So this is a problem that apparently I have that I just did not know that I had.
Maybe I have the same problem.
What is the oldest thing in your refrigerator, Kim?
It's probably a condiment.
Probably a condiment.
Like soy sauce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that.
So I, too, have quite a few things, I think, in my fridge.
Yeah, I feel like we all do,
But
right?
even when it comes to, like, leftovers and stuff, I feel like I tend to keep them a little bit longer than the average bear.
You like to have a little staycation with your food in the fridge?
I didn't think it was such a big deal until I started to look into it. And so I thought, maybe I'm not alone and other people out there might learn something too.
Okay.
So what about like freezer food? Are you like, do you label it or do you think if it's just frozen, it's fine?
I'm a big freezer person.
Do you label your freezer stuff?
What do you mean label?
Do you label like the date? Because it's not good forever.
Yeah, I know. I don't, but my mother does.
She does.
And that's how I grew up. She's a big freezer person. Like, we used to put our bread in the freezer. I mean, we still do.
I have a loaf of bread in my freezer.
We just don't eat as much bread, but any bakery bread products always go in the freezer. Like, we never had a bread box growing up. Do you know what I mean?
We did, but I do have a loaf of bread in there. I'm getting better. Just like my skincare, I'm getting better.
Yeah.
I'm a work in progress, friends.
That's
I
good.
am. But I haven't always been really good. Okay. When there is something that's a best buy or best if used by at the grocery store.
Right.
That is just about quality.
That's for the grocery store
because
they have USDA or whatever
regulations
that they have to follow. That doesn't mean that it's bad.
Right.
Usually, I will buy some, especially if it's like a protein. Mm-hmm. I will buy that and then put it in my freezer because you can save it. I mean, in the freezer, meats last a fairly long time.
Yes. Well, we're gonna get to the whole meats.
I hope so.
Yeah, you hope exactly.
Told.
Exactly. But most people throw away food because they don't understand what those labels are. Where they say just it's best sold by. They think that they have to throw it away if they're not eating it by that day.
Yeah. Well, and unfortunately,
not me, by the way.
Right. No, not you.
No.
But I will also just caveat that within the restaurant industry, and I am not an expert at all, but I do know that there are organizations, right, because we have certain regulations, right, that, I don't think any type of food can be kept in a restaurant, like fresh food or whatever it is. And friends, please help me out here, but I think I'm on the right path here.
Okay, what?
They have to get rid of good food.
If it's cooked?
No, like fresh food.
Oh.
That has to get rid of,
like so many days. So they must label everything.
Well, it's like every day. I don't think you can keep fresh food in a restaurant, like, past the serving time of it.
Oh.
I mean...
Remember, it was like the donut place. I had a friend that worked at a donut place, and every night they would bring home the extra donuts.
Donuts. Yes, because they can't keep
them. And pizza
them.
places,
That's
for
what I'm
sure.
saying.
But
you can't keep it. And it's not that it's bad. It's just because of the regulations that we have set up. Well, my goodness. People are, like, when I say people, I mean restaurants and organizations and grocery stores or whatever are throwing away perfectly good food.
Bagels, things like that.
When this could help feed,
There are some organizations. Yes. I know that my dad used to pick up day-old bread and bagels and stuff like that from a bakery and bring it to the church for people. So,
which is totally acceptable. So,
all right,
you know,
well, if it's in the fridge, let's talk about what to toss and when.
Okay.
Ketchup. What's your guess?
You know
6
what?
months, Kimmy.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say.
6 months for ketchup if it's open. My ketchup is definitely longer than 6 months.
Mine is longer than 6 months, but we don't use it as much, and I do not buy high fructose corn syrup ketchup.
No.
In fact, my husband will laugh when he hears this because I have been checking for high fructose corn syrup. I'm like, if it has
it's poison.
it's bad. It's
horrible.
very bad.
It's addictive.
Muy malo is what I like. Literally, my boys, which they'll probably never watch this podcast, but they know that's exactly what I say.
What about mustard? What do you think?
Oh, that's like vinegar based.
It's longer.
Yeah, because
they said a year.
Oh, fair, good, okay.
My mustard is still longer than a year. After this, I'm seriously going to have to do a deep cleanse in my refrigerator.
Okay.
Pickles and relish. See, I thought those just lasted forever.
I think it depends on what you buy. So we buy fresh pickles. Maddie likes his
are fresh pickles?
The Grillo's fresh pickles that are in fresh.
Why is your hand like this?
Because they're this container, and they have fresh garlic and herbs and.
So they're not Clausen. They don't have a real label on it. Is like handwriting on it.
No,
what do you mean?
It's Grillo. Grill.
So they're at the deli.
They are not at the deli, but they're in the refrigerated section.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, pickles, relish. They said 1 to 2 years. That's significant. That's fair.
But I would say that tracks.
That tracks.
Right?
That tracks. Yeah.
So
mayo. After opening, I just used mayo to make egg salad this morning. And I didn't know that it's only 2 to 3 months after opening.
Okay. That's fair because I was going to say 1 month. 1 to 2 months.
I have the squeezy one, so it's not like a lot of air gets in. It's not like this one. But still, 2 to 3 months, you should toss it.
You should. I would say in our house.
Did you know that?
I didn't know it, but it doesn't last that long in our house only because we make our own sriracha mayo instead of buying it. And so Maddie is always making sriracha mayo because we're huge fans of sriracha mayo.
So, of you listeners, who has had ketchup or pickles?
For sure.
You know what I mean? Since
mustard,
years. There's no way I'm the only one.
And I would imagine it's condiments. It's got to be condiments.
It is condiments.
It's stuff that you don't use on a daily.
That's true. Well, that's what we looked up. All right, leftovers. This is where I get in the little beef with little Jason boy because I'm telling you, I think leftovers are fine for a week or 2.
2?
Cooked. They're cooked.
I know, but 2?
The answer is right. It's not. So cooked meat, they say 3 to 4 days, not even 7. Oh!
Yeah.
3 to 4 days, Kimmy.
Okay.
I don't know what they're not telling me what it said. This is where people get risky. This is what it says. Because cooked meat, 3 to 4 days. Cooked pasta or rice, 3 to 5 days. Soups and stews, 3 to 4 days. So basically, after 4 days,
you should toss it.
You got to toss it.
I will say, since
holy cow,
Maddie had his kidney transplant,
they
literally said they gave him 5 days tops, like
for food, because it'll attack his kidney.
Any leftovers, yeah.
So I did not know this that rice can grow bacteria faster than people think. Rice.
Wow.
If you take home your leftovers,
it's a huge staple.
It is a huge staple.
Although,
I mean, we're talking about cooked rice in the fridge. I would think.
Do you eat like leftover rice though? Like, isn't that really hard to prepare?
Chinese?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I heat it up.
Really?
Yeah, I love it.
How do you isn't it hard?
It's not crunchy. No, because you seal it up.
Okay.
I seal it up properly.
Okay.
But still, the fact that I know that rice grows bacteria faster than anything else, I'm like, I'm mortified. I have been, it's a wonder I'm still alive right now. Frozen food. Technically safe indefinitely.
Oh, great.
If it's frozen properly.
Okay, what's frozen properly?
But best quality of meat. So it's not that it's unsafe because it's frozen, right? But meat, the best quality for meat is 4 to 12 months.
Okay.
And leftovers can be frozen, but only 2 to 3 months. That's a sticky sitch.
Do you have a food saver?
No, but I know your husband does.
It's
Why would I have that?
Well, because you like to save leftovers.
I eat
don't
them in the
know.
fridge in the next couple days or 7 days, apparently.
I will say food savers are amazing.
Yeah.
And if you, I mean,
because they seal it.
it seals it. Like we actually seal, like we do everything.
I know.
Cheeses. Like,
Yep.
And I will say, and we've been doing this, my husband.
Yes.
But gosh, I'm going to go 10 years. Maybe.
10 years?
Yeah, I think we are on our second food saver. So
you probably bought the first one they ever had.
We might have.
10 years?
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was around 10
it's
years
like buying
ago.
the first Roomba, like
Yeah.
we're on version whatever. But I will say for those
It's
of
so
you
true.
that,
So
maybe you
true.
buy in bulk or you buy
Right.
things on sale or whatever, and you're not going to eat them all right away, I highly recommend investing in a food saver.
I just put it in a Ziploc and put it in the freezer. That's what I do for like the meat at Costco and stuff.
I'm just saying a food saver's, it's worth the investment. And they're really not that expensive, to be honest.
Well, I know how you feel about defrosting.
Huh. Do you?
I do, because we have talked about this offline. Like, I know that you feel defrosting.
Well, because we food save also.
Okay. Well, in the
Right?
fridge, I said, if it's defrosting in the fridge, you have to cook it between 1 or 2 days. I think I'm probably in that category.
I think that's fair.
Because if not, it starts to frickin' smell.
Right? And it turns a different color.
It starts getting gray.
Yes.
So that I will throw out.
Good.
100%. I'm not that wacko. But in the microwave, if you defrost something in the microwave, you can't put it in the fridge, and it can't last a couple of days. You have to cook it immediately, they say.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. I
can't say that I haven't just put it back in the fridge after it's been defrosted in the microwave.
Yeah, I probably am also guilty of that at some point in time, to be fair. Yeah.
So tell me why they say that you should not defrost something on your kitchen counter. Not raw meat, but just like, something packaged.
Well, it would be raw.
Yeah, raw, but packaged. You're not just going to put a hunk of a steak on the counter.
I hope not. I mean, so I have just shared that we food save, right? So when we want to defrost something, we actually have this like plate. I don't know exactly what it's made out of, but it helps to quickly defrost things.
You can take it out and still cook it for dinner that night or something.
Yes. So, for example, if we have salmon or
sounds so good. I'm so
whatever
hungry.
Tuna, whatever, and it's sealed,
right?
Right. It's not exposed to the environments. That's how we defrost it.
Well, that tracks, but that's different, I think, than like
you're saying
wrapped
just
piece of like ground beef at the store is like cellophane wrapped. You know what I mean? Like they're saying you cannot just put that on your counter.
Well, I put it on my plate. I put it on the plate to defrost it.
Yeah.
But I do cook it that
they said
day.
There's so many germs on your counter for
people
that put meat on their counters.
But I think that's if you don't have anything like over it.
Over it or under it?
Well, no, but like if it's not sealed. Like you wouldn't just put a hunk of... I think that's what they're saying. I mean, I hope that's what they're saying.
Well, no, think about ground beef. When I get ground beef, I usually get it at the store. It's not food saved, whatever you call that. It just got cellophane around it or something, right? If I take it out of the freezer and I want to defrost it for dinner, I will just set it out. I actually set it on the stove, not on, just so air gets to the bottom of it and top.
Right.
But they're saying you should not do that.
But are they saying that? Or are they just saying
because it's not properly sealed when it's like that, yeah.
Or it's not even sealed at all.
Or who knows what germs on the bottom of it from when somebody wrapped it.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like
now I'm grossed out and I might
has been raised and we've lasted this long. So
I know. That's what I say about my kids. I'm like, wow.
I feel some germs are actually good for us, FYI.
That is a whole nother podcast.
I'm just saying.
Let's talk about medications. This, I think we knew, but I don't know that everybody knows.
Okay.
That most medications don't expire, but they do they don't become like dangerous like that, but they just lose
Don't
their
they?
strength.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't they become less potent, right?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, medications do say they do have an prescriptions have an
Yeah.
expiration date, right? We all
But
have
what about the other
seen
stuff that's not
that.
prescription that you picked up at the store?
I think that,
Imodium AD.
yeah, I think that there's or any
They
like
expire.
cold medicines or stuff like that.
Cold medicine,
Yeah,
exactly.
I think
There's all sorts of stuff that's not coming in a prescription pill. Prescription pills, you should know that. You shouldn't take old prescription. If they're giving you a prescription, it's for that time. Although I do have a fair amount of hydrocodone that I don't know why I still have from my knee. I didn't take it then. You saw me the one day I took it. Do you remember that?
I do.
I was
It was awful.
I was out of my mind.
You were out of your mind, and
it
you
was the
actually
day after
turned
surgery.
white. And
I had to like sit down, and you were like,
yeah.
"Are you okay?"
Are
I'm like,
you
"No."
okay?
Apparently I would be a horrible drug addict. Yeah, I could not
Okay,
even.
well,
take
that's good news.
But I have all these extra pills.
Yeah.
Is what
So
I'm
I
saying.
actually just got rid of mine recently from my
from your
surgeries because
what did you do? Just throw them out?
I probably wasn't supposed to do that, but I did.
Oh, would you think the pill police is going to come after you?
No.
Oh.
But I do. My mom actually says like she has to dispose of her pills. I'm like,
how do you dispose of them?
I don't know.
Oh.
Like she said, I think she used to flush them down the toilet, but now there's another way to do it, and I'm guilty because
I know how to dispose of paint. As a realtor, I know how to do that.
Right.
I don't know how do you.
But it's like it's same with like light bulbs and
Yes,
electronics and things like that. I guess there's a way to do it with pills also.
Well, I'm actually going to look this up because now we need to know, and I'll put it right here.
Perfect.
About what they
like
say
right
we're
above
supposed
the flowers.
to, like right above the flowers here.
Perfect.
Okay. Liquid meds, they say like antibiotics, they expire faster. And like EpiPens, insulin, like those expirations obviously take very seriously.
Oh, 100%.
That's yeah. Would you take like 2-year-old Tylenol?
Well, if I were taking Tylenol, because I don't really take Tylenol.
Okay.
Or like
you're at a friend's house and
if I needed something, I would take the pills. I probably wouldn't even look at the expiration date, to be honest. If I'm being honest, which I am being honest.
Probably still have. I have definitely expired meds. Because we don't take a lot of stuff.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Especially cold stuff. It's like I have 3 different ones and it's one season a year.
I was going to say it's seasonal, right?
It is
so
seasonal. Allergy stuff.
You're either going to take it all up, or you're not.
All right, this is a gross and fun little section here. The grossest places in your house. What do you think it is? The grossest place in your house.
I mean, it's probably got to be the toilet, but there's probably other places that are more disgusting.
Do you know that they say that what could most likely be dirtier than your toilet is your kitchen sponge?
I use it every day. Well, I have multiple sponges, but yeah, ew. Right, because it's left out, right? Because you want it to dry, and then...
It says it's usually the dirtiest item in most homes is the kitchen sponge.
So what are we supposed to do about that?
I heard you're supposed to put it in the dishwasher.
You actually turned me on to that.
I put it in the dishwasher.
But how often? Every day?
No, not every day.
I don't either. Once a week.
Obviously, I'm going to start doing a little bit more often. Because you need a sponge, and it's silly to keep...
Well, and I have 2 different sponges. I have sponges for, like, cleaning pots and pans. And I have another one for cleaning glasses.
Okay.
So
I have 2 sides of the same sponge. And one's for pots and pans, and one's for glasses.
Okay. Well, yeah.
But, okay. So this kitchen sponge, that's a top. They also said that toothbrush holder, like when you put your toothbrush in and whatever runs down, like down in there, is disgusting.
So Maddie and I don't have a toothbrush holder. We have a glass that acts like a toothbrush holder that is actually in our medicine cabinet.
I have the same thing. I have a glass in there, and I put that in the dishwasher. And then I put a different... Yeah. I have 2. I swap them out.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So, okay. The other one, I don't drink coffee, but they said the coffee maker reservoir. That's the 3rd dirtiest thing in your house.
So Maddie, that's his responsibility, and he's pretty darn good
Okay.
about running it through the dishwasher.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good.
Well, I guess if they're saying the reservoir.
The reservoir.
Yeah, I mean, well, we fill it up every day. So it's not like it's old, like every day we have fresh coffee with fresh water and fresh beans.
But is it clean? Is the thing you're putting in there and the thing you're putting it in clean?
I don't know. Like you're supposed to we run vinegar through it. So
it says that.
I don't know. I think that's one of like not a wives' tale, but like a thing that you do.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. It probably is disgustingly dirty, but
they're saying yes.
Okay.
It is.
Well.
You know what else? Remote controls.
Oh my goodness. Remember during COVID, like the height of it, if you would go travel somewhere, the remote control would be hermetically sealed.
Yes.
And you would have to that's how you know it was okay to take the, plastic sealing off of it.
Like when you go to the nail salon, they would break them a fresh pack of
well, they
tools.
Still do that, and they actually should still do that.
They should still do that. But that is how they did it. Yeah.
Yes, in fact,
well, mostly because your hands are dirty when you're doing that because you're not eating and you didn't.
And think about how many remote controls you have in your house because there's remote controls for all different devices.
Absolutely.
Right? So, and I will sometimes look at a remote control and be like, this is disgusting. And I have to take a little, you got to go through the little buttons and I just
press them all down at one time and just rub the thing over it. What's not on this list, which I think is gross, is door handles.
Yes.
Especially in the bathroom. For the people that come to your house and then they don't wash their hands and then they open up the door. Ew.
Gross. But, okay.
Ew.
Okay, friends.
Because then if you touch the door handle, even with clean hands, you just wash your hands and then you open up the door and now you have dirt and crap on your hands.
Here's the thing that I will say.
It's a problem.
I know we're talking about hygiene and things that make you go ew.
Ew.
But I am a firm believer in having germs inside your biome.
Gross.
You know what?
I don't want germs.
When my boys were young, they used to eat sand and dirt.
That's okay when you're a child eating dirt.
I think it's okay as an adult as well.
You wash your hands before you eat?
Of course. I wash my hands when I come inside the house. Obviously, after going to the using the restroom.
My dad only washes one hand after he goes to the bathroom. He's disgusting.
Okay.
And we should kick him out.
I'm going to take a sip.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I have to argue with him about it.
But I do think that a certain amount of bacteria does protect us as humans. I have no facts to back it up.
No. There are experts. We're not going down the rabbit hole, but there are facts about that.
I'm a pretty healthy person, and I raised pretty healthy kids that were really never sick. They were not the sick kids all the time, and I understand that certain different ailments, right, are prone to that, but I do think a little bit of dirt, a little bit of sand, a little bit of...
I think it's okay.
A little bit of bacteria is
but I think it's
okay.
Not okay. I think the kitchen and I remember Oprah had a show one time about he was swabbing different things. If you or anyone in your bathroom flushes the toilet after they go number 2 and they don't put the lid down.
Oh, yes, you have to.
It goes
It does.
everywhere in there.
I agree. And I'm a closed seat down person, period.
I always close the seat.
Always.
If you want to make sure it does flush, you got to peek after.
Yes.
But you have to shut the...
Yes.
But not everybody... In a guest bathroom, not everybody does that, is what I'm saying. And not everybody washes their hands. And then this door handle thing. Anyway, okay. Light switches. If they say... They didn't put door handles on here, but they put light switches.
That's actually... Yeah. 100%.
I don't clean my light switches, but now I'm going to start doing it.
If you look
I don't want those
If you
germs.
look at your light switch, you'll see... I mean, obviously, over time, it gets gross.
Yeah. The one thing we did get away from COVID is I remember there was a meme. It was after all the stupid ass things I did in my life, if I die because I touched my face. Remember that? But it was you'd be oh no, you can't rub your eye. You can't because you never knew what was on your hand. Remember that?
And then you had to wear gloves when you like got your groceries or whatever.
And you had to wash anyway, that's a whole nother thing.
We
digress. And back to start. So, but the light switches, the thing about that is you do have to think that most people that turn on the lights, your hands are not entirely clean. I came home today and I'm like, my hands are filthy from being, whatever. I brought the garbage cans in. If I still did turn the light on, then it got dirty. Yeah. Now I went to there and I washed, but I didn't wash my hands in dark, you know.
I'm actually surprised that they haven't put like a steering wheel. Probably
is I wash my steering wheel.
You do?
Mm-hmm. When I wipe my car. And the last thing they say is your phone. And you see me every time we go to Legree. They give us wipes to wipe down the equipment. Yeah. I take that wipe and I also wipe down my phone. Oh, I know my phone is dirty.
Do that. My phone's really dirty every time, and I don't wipe down my phone at all.
You never saw me wipe my phone down?
No.
Every time
I know you wipe your hands. Yeah. I wipe my hands, but I'm really bad. I don't wipe down my phone.
I wipe it down all and the camera.
I know it's dirty. Oh yeah, trust me. I've gotten a little message that says wipe the lens.
You get a message from Apple saying wipe your lens?
Yeah, like when you go to take a picture.
Huh. I never got that.
Yeah, because obviously yours is clean and mine's not.
Maybe. This is a really weird thing that oh, wait. First I want to talk about this. Soda can. We've talked about this offline.
Yeah.
What do? I didn't really think about this before.
Well, first of all, I really don't drink pop because we're in the Midwest.
But what about a seltzer?
But I was always taught to open, if it's in a pop top or whatever can, and pour it into a glass. Because they're packaged, they're in,
people don't do that.
Flats or whatever of cases, and
yes.
I don't want to be disgusting, but rodents run over.
Oh my goodness, Kim.
Yeah. I mean, I was taught that at an early age, that you pour it into a glass, and if you can't do that, you need to wipe the rim before you open the can, like the entire top of the can before you open it.
The amount of seltzers, beer, even glass beer, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody like wipe it off before they drink it, but I never really thought about it before until this.
It's gross. It's gross.
Apparently it's gross. Mm-hmm. Like your phone.
Right, exactly. So pick your poison.
Pick your poison. So they say, like, if you're worried about your toilet, your sponge, your cell phone, are probably just as bad.
They're on an even keel.
Even keel. Because your toilet you wash with bleach, but do you wash these other things as often?
Right.
So,
oh, okay.
Right?
All right.
So, all right, this is a really dumb thing that I do. I do open up a lot of things. If I can't get it just right, I will bite it and open it up.
Okay.
A bag of potato chips.
Why wouldn't you just use scissors to like?
I'm out somewhere in my kids and I can't open it. I'll be like, absolutely.
Wowza. Okay.
But I just did it the other day with an Amazon package.
An Amazon like the filth of filth?
Yeah.
You have no idea where that's been.
Yes. I do it all the time.
Tracy Bushka, that's
I know,
disgusting.
it's so bad.
That is gross.
No one's ever
not
to
mention
me again.
Like the just germs, but also you probably paid a lot of money to have your teeth.
I did wear braces, but I'm not breaking open a can.
I understand that.
It's just you can't. If I can't get it just right, I'll be like,
nope. I will grab a scissors, knife. Anything but my teeth.
And I don't. But you know what? I asked my social media ChatGPT friend, who I've named.
Yeah.
Gia. Everybody knows Gia.
Yeah.
And she said, it's really not a good idea. So she's like, you're probably not going to get sick.
But yeah.
You're probably not going to get sick, but you should really stop doing that.
Yeah, because you might chip a tooth.
All right. Signs that food is bad. If it smells, the texture is slimy. Yes. The color or the taste. Basically, the general rule is your nose knows.
Yes, your nose knows.
Your nose knows.
Which is wonderful. Mm-hmm. It's one of our 5 most magnificent scents.
Yes. Yes. So anyway, it just came up in conversation. I thought you guys might benefit from it. I mean, I learned a lot about it.
This was
I'm
fun.
gonna wash my light switches.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever wash them,
And
but I do door handles and my cell phone
Yeah, I'm actually I'm gonna focus more on my cell phone.
and remotes.
Yeah, and the remotes. And I'll maybe look more into my condiments in the fridge.
Oh, I'm definitely going through the fridge tomorrow after this. I had no ketchup. Really? I thought it just lived forever.
I thought it did too. Maybe that's why and cocktail
and
sauce.
it's only like $2. Like it's not even expensive to replace.
I mean, well, just make sure it's not the high fructose corn syrup.
Oh, I do. You know what? I got you on that. Okay. Cheers, friend.
All right. Well, thanks for this.
Thanks for a little fun convo.
Yeah, we love you, friends.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ciao.